What? What? I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, you want to play? All right. Okay, all right, all right. Well, hello, Eleanor. How are we today? We're cuddling with Daddy. Yes, we are. We're cuddling with Daddy. Right in the ear. Oh, that's good, huh? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Hit your tail. What a cutie. Look at your nose. Oh, hello. Hello. You are tight as a burrito. All right, cutie. Hello, buddy. Hello. Mmm. So content. So peaceful. Mmm, so cute. Whoop. Yeah. Yeah. My boy. My boy. Mmm. My good boy. My good boy. Hello. What's on your nose? What's on your nose? Okay. You're a good boy. Are you a good boy? Hmm? Are you a good boy? You are. Are you a jerk? Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. You're a good jerk. I love you. I love you. You love me. Whatever that is. Right? Sorry for the low light, but Eleanor and I are about to take a nap in bed, and she insists some days on holding my hand. Really, what she's doing is stopping my hand from rubbing her belly. But we will go to sleep like this, with her digging her nails into my hand. But we like to hold hands when we take a nap. Isn't that nice? Good morning, guys. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. Just trying to hide my wings here. I was thinking of putting a napkin or something over my wings, but it would look like a corsage, and that's not the goal. So I'm just going to hold my keys up here. Let's see. So it's about 10:30 in the morning on the 17th of November. It's hard to believe, but Vlogmas is around the corner. Tick tock, tick tock. So if you have any comments, topics you'd like me to touch on, leave a little comment in the section below, and I'll do my best to include that into the month. Boy, I'll tell you, the airport is very busy. Planes are taking off. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Let's see. Today, I am flying off to LA, and then I have like a 2.5, 3 hour sit. Oh my God, awful, devastating. But then we go to Nashville. I've got a long layover in Nashville, so we'll see if I do something. I don't know. Nashville is not my town. I'm not into country music and any of that, but who knows? We'll see. I think we're flying on a 319 to LA, and then I think we're on a 321 Neo, my first time on the 321 Neo to Nashville, so that'd be nice. What else did I want to tell you? There's something else. Oh, I've included some videos of the cats, probably before this clip here. Buddy and Eleanor have been spectacular over the past couple of days. Buddy has been loquacious, as he usually is. He's quite verbal, and he's yelled at me a lot, but I love him. And Eleanor, oh, it's taken her 4.5 years almost to really get comfortable. I don't know why it's taken this long, but yesterday she jumped up and she wanted to get in the chair with me that I was sitting in. There's not enough room for the two of us. I mean, she has to lose some weight. But yeah, she managed to like lay between me and the armrest like a meatloaf in a pan. It was so sweet. Yeah, so there's probably some videos of the cats. What else did I want to say? Buddy's anniversary is coming up, his gotcha day. I think it's been 5 years later on this week. What else? There's something else. It'll come to me later. But I'm going to get into the airport because it's getting kind of warm in the car here. And I will talk to you soon. All right, bye. I knew there was something I wanted to show you. Brandy sent me 2 cards. There's a Halloween card and another card here, which I totally forgot to show you. I love getting mail. I really am a toddler. All right, let me get to the airport. I'll see you later. Hey there. So I gave myself a haircut. Did I get everything? Yeah. I should have given myself a trim on the beard because it's a little crazy town. I like to have it full for Christmas, but this is a little full for November. Let's see. I just did my safety checks on board. Everything is good to go. We have 150 passengers booked for this flight. 145 will fit. So the gate agent, because everyone showed up, the gate agent's out there looking for some volunteers for another flight. They'll make it financially a good choice for somebody whose plans are flexible. Let's see. 2 hour, 50 some odd minute sit in LA. Kill me. But here at the airport in Las Vegas, I finished my iced coffee. I'm pretty caffeinated, but I wanted one more iced coffee for the road, you know, because I'm going to be in LA for 3 hours. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts here at the airport, and there's this young lady who was in front of me who was visibly watching me go from to visibly irritated because the people in front of us apparently had never been to a coffee shop anywhere in the universe, didn't know how to order coffee or a donut, and I was just like, oh my God, it's been almost 20 minutes. We're sitting here watching you struggle to order a coffee. I'm exaggerating a little teeny bit, not much. But the woman in front of me was also visibly getting a little irritated, and we started to talk, a little chat. And I said, oh, where are you flying to today? She goes, LA, you? I go, oh, LA, you might be on my flight. And she's like, do you want to go ahead of me? I was like, no, it's okay. I don't want to like jump in front of everybody. And she's like, no, really. So I decided to take advantage of the opportunity because we rarely get that. And to pay it forward, when the guy was ringing me up for my iced coffee, I resisted a donut. Heroic of me. But when he was ringing me up, I said, and please add whatever she's having to her order. And she said, no. I said, you're not getting on the airplane if you don't let me do this. So she let me do it. It's just a small coffee and 2 glazed donuts. So, but she'll be on our flight today. That'll be very nice. She is traveling to LA to take care of her father who is not well, and she lost her mother 3 years ago, which feels like yesterday, and we just had this. So I liked her a lot. She's having a day. I'm having a moment. So blah, blah, blah. Do I need to drink the other coffee? I feel pretty buzzed. On the first, I don't know if my passengers want me so caffeinated. They might get it anyway. I'll see you in LA. Better. I did miss 2 hairs. I had 2 hairs sticking up on my forehead, but I took care of those with some cuticle scissors from my suitcase. So there, feel better. Made it to LA, and that meant going to Lemonade for the green hatch chili chicken and some mac and cheese. It looks like a bowl of I need to use the restroom. It's a lot. It's a lot. Hey guys, how are you? So still in LA. Our 2 hour and 51 minute sit was survivable, mostly because the crew all sat down together at Lemonade and we had something to eat and just chat, small talk. And it went by pretty quickly. So we just got back down to the plane, did our safety checks. There's a couple maintenance things I have to have looked at by maintenance. It's an Airbus A321neo. I've never been on one, and the differences are there. They're definitely interesting details. I never want to work in the back of the aircraft because it just looks like a nightmare. There are 3 carts stacked next to each other. I mean, chaos. But so speaking of chaos, so on an Airbus A319, we have 3 flight attendants. We need 1 flight attendant for every 50 seats, occupied or not. On an Airbus A320, we have 182 seats. So any increment of 25, we need 1 more flight attendant. So on an Airbus A320, we have 4 flight attendants. On an Airbus A321 in any configuration, we have 228 or 235 seats, depending on the type of aircraft there. We need another flight attendant. So every increment of 25 seats, occupied or not, we need an additional flight attendant. Those additional flight attendants are called chasers in my airline. They're called floaters or extras or something in other airlines. But a chaser is that incremental flight attendant. We have 1 of them on board right now. The other one is stuck in traffic. I guess she lives here. And in my airline, our last contract, our previous contract, you had to start your trip in base no matter what. Now in our current contract, if you live in LA and your first leg of the trip is a deadhead from where you're deadheading to LA, for example, you can skip that whole process and just pick up your trip in LA. Well, this person lives here, but apparently there's traffic and they got stuck. So if situations like this happen often enough, they're going to remove this option all entirely. It's not going to affect me because I don't live, I don't commute. Yeah, so she's stuck in traffic. We don't know how long it's going to be, but we can't leave until she gets here and does her checks. So I'm a little frustrated, but there you go, whatever. It's not in my control. Today's flight, we're blocked at 4 hours, which is crazy to me that we can go from LA to Nashville in 4 hours. But we have a tailwind, and that's going to be pushing us. So 3 hours and 15 minutes. We're going to pretty much cross a continent in 3 hours and 15 minutes. But I think some of the time that we're going to save in that flight is being taken up by waiting for our chaser. So that was 3 minutes and 17 seconds of me rambling. So I will see you hopefully soon in Nashville. Hey guys, how are you? Oh my gosh. I'm in my hotel room here in Nashville. I'm going to give you a quick room tour and then we're going to sit down and chat. I actually found my tripod in my bag. I've had it the whole time, but I always do this handheld thing. I'm going to show you the room and then we're going to have a little chat about today. Today started off in a magnificent, hugely touching way that had me in tears. And then, of course, the rest of the day I was thoroughly confused and angry and heartbroken. So it's just a nice full experience, really a good day. But let's do a quick room tour and then I'll chat with you about what today was really like. And let's do a quick room tour. Let's get in position. Let's see. So here's our bathroom. That's actually quite nice. It's a nice little bathroom. We've got this little microwave and this little contraption they've built here. You can pull your coffee cup out without opening the door, which doesn't seem like a giant effort to me, but there's a fridge, which is very nice. I didn't take food with me on this trip, but very nice. And the room is really quite sweet. I think this is very nice. The hotel is located absolutely nowhere. This is purgatory, but at least the room is nice. And I don't think there's any mystery stains on here. I might sit on this. I might. There's nothing outside but a parking lot. Nice little desk area. Isn't that nice? So I'm gonna get my tripod out, a bottle of water, and we'll sit and have a quick chat. All right, I'll see you in a moment. Much better. The pants are off. I'm still wearing some undies and some compression socks, which is quite the look. You're welcome. I'm not showing you. But, so, I'm not sure if I told you about my experience at Dunkin' Donuts, where this lady let me cut in front of her, and I paid for her coffee and her donuts in exchange for her kindness. And we had a wonderful little chat, and a pretty deep one. In the matter of a course of maybe 2 or 3 minutes, I found out her mother had passed away 3 years ago, but it feels like yesterday. Her dad isn't doing well, and then I talked about my mom for a bit, and then Claire and how devastating Claire's loss was for me, and how I never expected to lose a cat that would feel worse than losing a person, and we just had a really incredible, intense adult conversation in the course of like 3 or 4 minutes. If you know me, it's not a surprise because I overshare all the time. But that was my experience at Dunkin' Donuts, right? So she's on my flight. She was flying to LA along with us. And she got on the plane. It was like, oh, hi, it's you, my troublemaker, and blah, blah, blah. So we board, we're flying. And when the seatbelt sign comes off, she walks up to me. And I'm going to be reading something to you, so I'm sorry, it's going to be a little tedious. And if I cry, please pardon me. It was well, you'll hear. But she hands me this envelope, cover of this. Look at how beautiful her penmanship is. And she wrote at my airline here. Look at that. She gave me a card, and you know how much I love cards. Look at this. Look at this card. Isn't that beautiful? It's by Papyrus, so it costs like $25. It's embroidered. This is embroidery all through here. All this is embroidered. Can you see the gold and all the different threads that make up this? So it's a paper photograph, a paper image with this embroidery all over it. It's a very heavy card. I opened it up and look at her handwriting. Look at how lovely her handwriting is. So I'm going to read this too, because I can't not do it. It's definitely a little bit of self-praise, because this is not a humble act. Reading this for what it says is certainly not humble of me, but I just was so touched by it, I can't not share it with you. And cumulatively, I know I should just get to the story, right? Cumulatively, how this woman made me feel is how you guys make me feel pretty much every day I read your comments. It touches me so much that we touch each other through this channel. It's amazing. But listen to this, it's crazy. Hey, Stephen, again, her penmanship is so pretty. Catholic school. I meant to ask her if she went to Catholic school, because this looks like Catholic school writing. But hey, Stephen, your kindness in a world that can be so cruel at times was a breeze of fresh air. I don't know if your cat Claire liked chasing birds, but perhaps in heaven she has a bird like the one on the cover of this card to pursue and catch as many times as she would like. Also, as a mother of 6 kids and 14 grandchildren, you couldn't tell by her skin, she was amazing. My prayer for you, Stephen, is that your mom can finally see what a remarkable, kind, handsome person you are. Because she didn't see it in her living life at all. She didn't like me at all. Such a loss if she did not know this before her passing. The world needs more people like you showing up. I know. Thank you for showing up as your wonderful self today and every day. Couldn't let this moment pass without celebrating what is nice and good in the world. Hugs and blessings, and may God continue to shine through you. Sincerely, Monica G. Right? So she hands me this card. I'm on the plane, and I'm sitting in the jump seat, and thank God we have a new bulkhead for the 321 Neo. It's solid. There's no window, so I can't see my passengers, which is going to have to change. But I'm like hiding behind the bulkhead crying because this card is so amazing. And just because I was nice to her in the airport and bought her coffee and donuts, but this was amazing. But this is how you guys make me feel all the time. So thank you. All right, so that was lovely. Oh my God, it was amazing. That was our flight to LA, right? Well, boarding for this flight to Nashville was utter chaos. Boarding is frequently the most chaotic part of a flight anyway, but today was just especially chaotic. The plane holds, well, it's a lot of people all milling in at the one time, at the same time. I'm sorry, I'm not even thinking clearly. Well, I'd say about 2/3 of the way through boarding, this guy comes on. Tall, skinny black man with tattoos. Every inch of his face was tattooed beautifully. And he had this cool kind of felted, pink, red, felted wrap around his hair that kind of came up really high like this. And he's wearing all sorts of cool layers of clothes and jewelry. He had amazing jewelry all over him, dripping. And he had this beautiful smile when he came on board. And he came on board and instantly I was like, oh my God. I said, you are amazing. I am so envious of your personal style. And I can tell you from what happened later, that he is not used to having people of my color tell him that he's amazing and that I envy him because he has the ability to express his true inner self through his choice in external decoration. He looked amazing. I mean, he could have been a rock star. But he was sitting. Yeah, hi. So that video clip you were just watching. Yeah. So I filmed that last night. Now, flash forward, it's about 1:32 in the afternoon the next day. I just watched that video clip of the young lady who gave me the card, and I was talking about this magnificent young man that came on the plane, just lushly decorated in his own personal style, and I was so envious. I was telling you the story, and then the story took a much darker turn initially, and it turned back into a good story. But the story I was sharing with you became really a lot, and I was sharing more feelings than facts, and it became kind of inflammatory in my own mind as I was watching it. I'm like, wow, this is not appropriate for my channel. I don't edit who I am when it comes to my personal beliefs about religion, about politics, about a woman's right to her own body, very important, gun control. I am going to share who I am in those situations, but stories sometimes should be edited. And this is something that I should have not, there were a lot of things I shouldn't have said because they were based mostly on feelings, not facts. And there's something that I call tapping out that I include in my flight briefing. So when I am lead, we have a safety briefing. So I talk about something safety related, but I try to include something called tapping out. If I'm in have I lost you yet? So if I'm in a situation with a passenger that has become sort of a lot, there's a challenging situation and it's being escalated instead of de-escalated. If my ego is involved, and I hear myself talking and I try to stop it, I can't, and I can feel my ears getting hot and it's like, stop talking, you're not helping the situation. But sometimes I can't stop talking. So in the best case situation, I'm going to grab a coworker and say, hey, could you help the passenger in 17 whatever, because I'm not taking care of it in a respectful manner and I can feel it. I would ask that person to share the facts of the situation, not the feelings, so that other person can walk into the situation armed with information, not something abstract. So I was sharing this story with you in this video clip that you're not watching, with more feelings than facts, and it was just inappropriate. So I figured, let's just cut that part out. Basically, have I really lost you? Are you sure? So in the end, this passenger walked in the back of the aircraft. His seat was in the last row. And he was just, again, lushly decorated with all his person. It was just, he was so amazing. He was like a walking art project, installation. Someone in the back racially profiled him. I'm sure it wasn't the first time because was just such a personality. Some people can't handle it, and race was certainly an issue. I can tell you, it was just definitely an issue. And so someone called me to go in the back and find out, to see what the next step should be. And I walked back, and as I see who it is that seems to be the problem, Not a problem. I just turned around. I knew the situation. I knew exactly what the situation was. And I got to the front and I told everybody who was going to be involved, we're all set. Let's close the door. Let's get out of here. Bye. And in the end, there was no problem. But the story I was telling you just got to be really messy and all over the place. So if you follow me, you know, if I'm editing a story, it was too much to share with you. So I hope I did not throw you for a loop, and this is probably more confusing than the original story was entirely. So should I include this in the video? I don't know. But it is 1:35, and I have had breakfast downstairs. It wasn't very good, but I didn't bring any food with me on this trip. I know, a total switch from storytelling into back to the real life. There's a Waffle House nearby. I'm tempted to go to Waffle House. Anything interesting in Nashville is going to be a $30 Uber ride there and then back. So I'm not going into town because I don't want to spend that much money on something I'm not terribly interested in. So I might hit Waffle House later on. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I will talk to you guys later. All right. Sorry if I've confused you entirely. Bye. Hey guys, hi. It is 5:13 in the afternoon, and I just realized I'm starving, and I haven't eaten since breakfast, and I didn't eat much for breakfast. It was free, but it wasn't really that good. A lot of ketchup on the fake eggs, but there is absolutely nothing nearby except for a Waffle House. I've never been to a Waffle House. I've seen lots of YouTube videos about Waffle House, but I've also seen a lot of YouTube videos about my own airline, so I don't know what to trust. But I might hit Waffle House if the bar downstairs doesn't have any good food options, or if I can't walk there easily. It's 50-something degrees outside, so I threw this sweater on. Look how cute the sweater is. I love this sweater. I got this, it's a vintage Izod. I got it, of course, at Goodwill, but I love this sweater. Super cozy. I hope it's warm enough. But yeah, I will see you later with whatever I eat for dinner. It's a lovely night, but there are no sidewalks here. And I really don't know if I want to risk my life walking along the side of a curb to go to Waffle House. So I think I'm going to head up to the hotel again and maybe see if I can get a bite there. I was hoping for Waffle House. I was up for an adventure. Well, I was a little disappointed that the only food available is at the hotel, but I'm not so disappointed anymore. Look at that burger. So good. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Glasses are filthy. Good morning. Good morning. I just did a second loop around the room to make sure that I'm not leaving anything behind, like a power cord or something. And then I realized I almost left one of my favorite rings. I only have four that I wear. This one is made of ceramic, like the Chanel watches a while back were made of ceramic. Really pretty, and it's super durable. I love this ring. But yeah, I left it on the counter, which is dark, and I didn't see it in the dark. My last alarm that says leave the room right now just went off, so I'm gonna say goodbye to you until I get to the airport. But we're flying to Las Vegas today, and then we have to do a Denver turn. It could be worse. It could be worse. But yeah, I will see you at the airport. Wish me luck. I need coffee. Hey, at the airport, long story short, my coworker and I want to say hi. Hello. Hello. I'm trying not to show our lanyards and all that stuff, but we got to the airport. It's 4:42. Our flight is delayed for 2 hours. Yeah, I know. So we're fine. We're fine. I just got chicken and waffles, and but our Denver turn was canceled. So there's a silver lining. Silver lining. Let me show you this. Hold on one sec. It's always something, and it's always going to happen on the last day of a trip. So I think I told you that our flight was delayed. Our report time was pushed back once we actually already arrived at the airport, of course. Jamie got some notifications on her phone, and then she got some automated notification about our trip change. I didn't receive any notifications, but I called crew scheduling, talked to them, yeah. So our first flight to Las Vegas is delayed by a couple hours. And I'll tell you why in a moment. And then because it's been delayed a couple hours, we're going to misconnect to our Denver flight. So they're pulling us off the Denver flight. So that's a silver lining. So I don't have to do this Denver turn after flying to Las Vegas. My chicken and waffles is all over my beard. It turns out one of our crew members called out sick. But they called out sick in a way that didn't allow.
I set the alarm off here.
Yeah, they know it. They know out there, so they'll fix that.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, that's a life lesson. Never push doors unless you know. That's all right. Worst things will happen. No worries. You're fine.
Okay.
Don't worry. You're good. It's still going off though.
Yeah.
That's all right. They'll fix it. Yeah. What was I going to say? So the crew member called out sick in a way that didn't let crew scheduling know, apparently. So that delayed things a little bit. And then they're flying someone here from Atlanta to work the flight with us to Las Vegas. Hence the delay. Yeah, it's just kind of a shit show, I would say, but comes with the course. And but my chaser, another silver lining, is amazing. She's lovely. Her name is Mary. She's been here 6 months. She's amazing, and Jamie's amazing. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're just delayed a little bit, but I don't have to do Denver. Oh, thank God. Isn't that a movie? Steven Does Denver? No. Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to Las Vegas. Welcome back to my car, Shimi. I'll tell you, it's very, very blustery outside and a little chilly. Stepping into my car that's warm from the sun, but not an easy bake oven, which is nice. It's just such a sanctuary in my car. I don't remember what it was like to have to go on a trip like this and then get on a bus with all my bags to go to my cramped little horrifying studio. I just don't even remember what it was like right now, thank God. But today started off a little stressful, a little chaotic. When I'm flying lead, I'm always cautious and worried about where my crew is, if they are running late, especially for the shuttle in the morning. But we were all scheduled to take the 4 a.m. shuttle, and we all knew we had to be on that shuttle. My chaser took the 3:30 shuttle. She's still on probation and didn't want to risk. She didn't know where we were, doesn't know the airport, so she took an earlier shuttle. Something I used to do when I was on reserve as well. So we met her at the airport, but my other crewmate wasn't on our shuttle and didn't take the next shuttle, which could have gotten them to the airport on time as well, but they weren't on either of those shuttles. And then we got to the airport, and I think I told you this already, but we were, it feels like 12 hours ago, we were delayed a number of hours, and they were going to push our report time forward because of this delay, because it was more than 90 minutes. We were already at the airport anyway, so whatever. But our crew member never showed up. And we finally get a phone call from crew scheduling letting us know about the delay and the change in our schedules. They didn't tell us why it was happening, and they were like, do you know where your other crew member is? And I said, no, I don't. I don't know where our third person is. She's like, oh, okay. And well, there you are. Thank you. You have all the information you need. Yes, thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. We get to the gate. And I see my chaser. We met my chaser, and the chaser had received a phone call from scheduling asking her if she knew what was going on. She didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. Why would she? So none of us know what's going on. It turns out the captain found out that, how's this for a story, that they had called out sick, or called out. I don't know why they called out at all. But they called out, but not in the channel that they normally should. So crew scheduling wasn't aware of the change until too late, and they had to fly someone in from well, the car just shook, it's so windy. They had to fly someone in from Atlanta. Turns out she was amazing. She was amazing. Brand new, super new, but amazing. And it filled out an amazing crew. Janie, me, Mary up in front, and I forget her name, the newbie. But yeah, the flight itself was fantastic. Our passengers had been at the airport for probably 4 hours, 5 hours at this point. They all got on the plane orderly, pleasantly. Hi, good morning, how are you? Not a single grump among them. It was amazing. And I thanked them like 3 times for all being so amazing. But they got on the plane. We took off. All was well. Our captain was a rock star. He got us here super quick, super funny, super nice. Our first officer was on his OE, and it was fun, exciting to see him learning. And yeah, it was a nice flight. It was just, the beginning of it was awkward, and it feels like a continuation, honestly, to the first day of the trip. But I don't know what's going on, so I really shouldn't assume anything. But I did exchange phone numbers with my other coworker just in case. I don't know. I really can't tell you what's going on from there. But blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to go grab a quick bite to eat, because if I go to try to eat when I get home, Buddy will not let me. He'll be very upset that I've been gone. So I'm going to grab a bite to eat before I get to the house, and then we're going to have treats, and then we're going to take a nap. There we are. That was my trip. Thanks for joining me. It was a little chaotic, and the video is all over the place, especially with me editing my video earlier in this video. So I apologize for the lack of consistency, but there we go. I will talk to you later. Have a great day and fly safe. Bye.